I'm still getting used to my beats.
You get a lot better sound in there, yeah?
Oh, there's no doubt. Like this music right now, I can hear it's just so much cleaner and pure.
Clean and pure. I like
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I can hear, instead of hearing like X amount of beats before in it, I can hear 1,000 times more. In fact, I think I'm going to wear these and I may become a music mogul on the side.
I can see that as your second calling.
No doubt.
And that's you. Music mogul, bow bounce.
These beats
I'm
are,
with it.
they're black and red and silver, which reminds me of the Georgia Bulldogs.
There you go.
And when I was growing up, I've told this story before, but when I was growing up, Dominique Wilkins was one of my favorite players. And I got to see Dominique play in the Omni. And then I got to see Georgia play in an SEC tournament in like 81, 82. I can't remember if Dominique was still on the team or was already with the Hawks. But either way, as a kid, my favorite uniforms were the Georgia Bulldogs. I loved the red, black, and silver and the combinations that they had back then.
No wonder you're a Clinton fan. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, there you go. I'm not sure y'all have used those the way that Georgia has, but
A little bit better. I agree.
you're hold on, let me go Bobby Hall on you. You're Clinton Arrows.
There it is.
Hold on. You're Clinton Arrows. I'll get a little bit better as the week goes on. Well, we only have today and tomorrow. Oh, well. Are going to be playing Madison Central Jaguars.
It's already over.
Whoa, are you calling it?
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
I'm calling
call it now.
It's
Give me a
over.
score.
Clinton wins. Let's go 35. I got 35-17. It's not close. This game's a 3-score game.
You're calling an 18-point, 3-touchdown win?
Yes,
Drew?
absolutely.
Is Jackson going to be walking on across the street to Madison Central this week and sending some game plan tips to his boys at Clinton?
Oh, yeah.
There's a reason I'm over here. I gotta do. Look,
You're a spy.
gotta
You're a
do what I
spy
gotta
for
do, man.
Judd Boswell
I'm
and
trying
Cam
to help.
Akers.
I'm trying to help out here.
Unbelievable. I had no idea.
Trying to win a championship.
I mean, I thought Leo Lewis was a spy, but now, according to now, we're starting a rumor out of the Out of Bounds Bank Plus studio that you're a spy for the Clinton Arrows.
I'll take it. I'll take the same title as Leo.
I tell you what, both of them, I got to give every team that
Both
makes the
of them.
playoffs, it's awesome. Anytime you win a game in the playoffs, it's even better. And for all the teams that have already won a championship or advancing in the playoffs, kudos. And that's going to be one hard-hitting physical game between Clinton and Madison Central. Clinton's obviously the overwhelming favorite. I don't know if people thought Madison Central would be here. I don't think they did. Going into the high school football gurus, I'm not sure they thought it would be a Madison Central Clinton North State championship to go to Davis Wade Stadium. And then we have Pearl and Petal.
I believe. Yes, Petal.
Is it P versus P?
P versus P, baby.
And so
That's a mean
both games
matchup.
are in the Jackson metro area.
Absolutely.
Has Chris Brooks given his schedule yet?
I don't think he has.
All right, well, will
I
you
think he's a
text me
Pearl
when he
Petal
does?
person.
I need to know where he's going to be the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter
I'll
on
let you know.
Friday night.
Pretty sure it's
Can I
purple.
tell you where I'm going to be? Sitting by my fire pit with a glass, a cup of Four Roses bourbon, and probably some really good food left over from Friday lunch, watching football.
That's his man.
Arrows.
I'll be out there.
Clinton Arrows.
I'm more than likely to be out there.
Well, you should. I mean, it'll be fun. You're a spy for the Clinton Arrows.
Right.
Unbelievable. Golly. Okay, let's drop the big board because I have to talk Q Weatherspoon and some other things.
What's on the big board? What's on the big board?
Well, you hate to see it with Chad Kelly, and you hate to see it with Quindary Weatherspoon. Going to miss out on about 35 games or whatever it is. Good Lord. He was a freshman All-SEC player, was on a roll already this year, had already put up some big numbers in just 3 games. Quindary Weatherspoon is out with a wrist injury for the year. The best player by far and away for the Mississippi State Bulldogs. They were already playing a bunch of freshmen, And it will be tough sledding ahead for MSU. But just like Chad Kelly, you hope that Quindary Weatherspoon can come back, which he should be able to, and rehab, and he'll redshirt. He's plenty early in the season. He'll come. Now, I don't know how long he'll stay because I don't know how he projects. But the kid is a workaholic, if you listen to Ben Howland, and he's just a blue-collar player. But he's got skills. He's huge. I've seen him recently. Let's see. I ran into him. My son was running around in Humphrey Coliseum. I don't want that shouldn't surprise you. While we were up at the Super Regional at Arizona. And he came across Quindary Weatherspoon, who was by himself. And so they started talking because my son will talk to a wall or a door or whatever. And so I eventually find him, and I walk down to the gym floor at Humphrey College. It's June, okay, so there's not, but I don't even know how many people are in there, 3 or 4. And they're talking, and Wilkes wanted to get a picture with Q. Couldn't have been nicer. Super polite young man. Yes, sir. No, sir. And he was huge, even from the last time I'd seen him on TV, I guess, was when they got beat in the SEC tournament. I mean, he looked like a linebacker, and he was working that day. He had already worked out because he was all, what you look like when you've worked out at that level. I don't work out at that level, unfortunately.
That don't work out at all.
Well, you're still
We're getting there.
You're still 24. You don't have to.
Right.
I'm in my early 40s, and I have to work out. So anyway, he's a good player, and he's gone, and that's unfortunate, and that'll be tough. I do want to get into something else real quick. There's been some misinformation from media out of Oxford on Leo Lewis and what all's going on with the NCAA. Again, like so many times before, you've been misled. Leo Lewis is not in any kind of trouble. He was never going to miss the game last weekend. He's not going to miss the game this weekend. He's not going to miss any time next year. Here's how this, if you go to ncaa.org and get into the rules and regs of how all this works. And by the way, Leo Lewis didn't ask to be interviewed in the NCAA investigation. He didn't raise his hand and say, please come interview me. Please, I want to talk to you. That's not how it works either. So, you've been misled on several fronts, and I'm sorry. But if you'll just take 10 minutes and go to ncaa.org, you will be more educated on the process. But let me tell you this. The players that are granted immunity are not to be questioned about their entire recruitment. Let me say that again. The players that are granted immunity are not to be questioned about their entire recruitment. The NCAA is only allowed to ask questions based on very particular instances about one investigation. This case is all about Ole Miss and what they did or didn't do. Leo Lewis didn't call and ask to be interviewed. Only the Committee on Infractions has the authority to grant immunity. The enforcement staff does not. Please make sure that you keep that straight. Only the Committee on Infractions has the authority to grant immunity. So the enforcement staff has to have credible information of an actual violation before the process even begins. And then the enforcement staff will contact the chair of the Committee on Infractions and make the request. Then the enforcement staff has to explain what information will be obtained and provide a very detailed list of questions as it pertains to a specific incident. I know you probably didn't digest all that because you're driving or running on the treadmill, but I'm just letting you know that was a lot on where you get to if you want to go and grant immunity to a student athlete. Okay? And this investigation, Leo Lewis didn't drive this. Mississippi State didn't drive this. This investigation's been ongoing for years, and it was started by out-of-state teams. as we said before. Some people out of Oxford trying to make Leo some kind of bad guy at 19 years old is pretty pathetic. And that's the big board today. Brought to you by Fowler Buick GMC and the GMC Sierra truck and GMC Yukon at Fowler Buick GMC in Brandon. You can go online, FowlerBuickGMC.com. What I recommend, because this will seal the deal, I recommend test driving a GMC Sierra truck at Fowler Buick GMC in Brandon. It can do all the hauling and towing that you want. Plus, it can be your business vehicle. Whether you're on your farm this weekend, you're hunting camp, family land, you're hauling those utility vehicles and ATVs, you're going out, you need to throw a deer in the back of the truck, boom. Fowler Buick GMC and the GMC Sierra truck. Straight ahead, David Morris played at Ole Miss. He's a QB guru. He's worked with college and NFL players. He'll talk Shea Patterson and Dak Prescott straight ahead. David Morris, QB Country on the New Belgium. That time.